Hello, it is Sunday, June 13th. We're in the new apartment now. There are books everywhere, but I'm trying to figure out still kind of how I want to do these. If I want to do them in the living room where I've got my bookshelves now, because if you notice my angles are a little bit off, or if I want to, once I get the book wall built, do it in front of there in my office. Not sure, but I did read 2 books this past week somehow. Did not finish Deeper. I think that one's either in a box here somewhere or still in old apartment. We've got till the end of June to move out of there, and my god, I have so many fucking books. Anyway, I read 2 books this past week. First up, I read Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosnay. This is a halfway historical fiction, halfway. I'm sorry about that lighting. I'm just trying to figure stuff out. Halfway historical fiction, halfway like contemporary fiction about a woman who is trying to basically she's trying to write an article about the Vendive. Is that what it is? Valdiv? I think it's the Vendive. It's either Vendive or Valdiv. I'm pretty sure it's Vendive. And which was when the French police they did just round up all the French Jews in Paris and just kind of shipped them off, kids, adults, all of them. A bunch of people died. And it's also the story of a young girl named Sarah who, when this was happening, she thought she was going to be able to come back. She's like 10. She thought she was going to be back like the next day or like in a couple of hours. And so she locked her little brother in a cupboard. And then obviously she didn't come back very soon. But I really, really enjoyed it. It's very, very French. The author is French. I'm not sure if it was written originally in English or if it was translated. It does have a feel like it was written originally in English. But the author is French, and so she writes about Paris and stuff like that in a way that's very, very kind of engaging and kind of enticing. I really enjoyed that. It almost made me cry at the end there. It was very emotional. Maybe I'm just emotional. I don't know. It's just moving to a new town kind of thing. I still, at this point right now, I'm like, now my goal is to move back to that town. But this is the town that I went to college in, and so I'm pretty comfortable with it. I know it, but I just love the other one a little more. It's a little bit smaller. It's like 5,000 people, very walkable. This one's like 20,000 people. It's going to Walmart, but who fucking cares? It's got Taco Bell, I guess. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I like the writing style, the emotions behind it. I did get very engaged in the story and in the characters, and overall I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. The other one was also an emotional one. That is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This is, if you don't know, this is a very well-known, well-loved classic, a modern classic. It was published in the 80s, but it follows these 2 sisters, particularly Celie. These 2 sisters, Celie and Nettie, and they are trying to work through being a black woman in a time when being even black was very dangerous, let alone a black woman. And it's about them dealing with misogyny and racism. And at one point also there's a LGBTQ lesbian representation in here. Very, very good. I read this originally in college, freshman year of college. I know I read it, and my Goodreads review says that I loved it so much, but I remember not understanding it. Like it's written in vernacular. It's not even particularly difficult vernacular, but it's just like I just did not understand. I remember distinctly not knowing what the hell was going on. This time I did understand it. Like I said, it's not a very difficult vernacular to get, but I'm glad I reread it because I definitely got a lot more out of it this time. Like it was just like there was so much in there that I was just like heart-wrenchingly beautiful, and it's so good. It is so good. Like it's got a movie. I'm pretty sure it's also got like a Broadway musical, but fucking phenomenal. Gave it 4 out of 5 stars as well. Would say if you read it when you're 18 years old and you don't understand it, wait a couple years, reread it. It'll be easier. But yeah. Currently, like I said, I don't know where Deeper is. It's either in one of these boxes that I have to put away today, or it's still back in the other apartment. But I'm currently reading The Curse of Camp Cold Lake by R.L. Stine. So that's fun. But yes, these are the books I read this past week. That is all for today. I will talk to you later, and goodbye.